Watch how these gentle parents deal with their children's violence.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Bro, adopt a son immediately. I'm not even playing around like dead ass, bro. Like,
you can't slap his head, okay? Please.
What? Nigga, please? What you mean, please? What's good, y'all? Welcome back to RICHLEV fam. Now today, bro, we got The Dangerous Rise of Gentle Parenting by Dumanity. Make sure you guys go subscribe if you guys want to see more videos from him. But yeah, chat, basically a rise of gentle parenting. I feel like this is a problem, bro, for the youth because, you know, you don't want to just beat the shit out of your kids and stuff, but you want to set certain boundaries and give punishment so that they're scared to do bad things, you know? So there's a line, and you can do that without getting physical or anything, but it's just like, you know, when you're traditional and stuff, like, it's just a whole bunch of different things that people can believe. You know, me personally, I grew up, you know what I'm saying, getting whooped if I do something bad, and I feel like that's good because I don't want to get whooped. That means I'm not gonna do bad shit, I'm not gonna do stupid shit so that my mom get mad at me or something. So without further ado, make sure to grab your popcorn. Let's see. Clean my room.
Give me my phone.
What the okay, we starting like that? They smacking already, dude?
Oh, you idiot.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, adoption center. I'm probably gonna have to say that for every single one in this video, but adoption center. Nah.
You want me to take?
Wait, what does that caption say?
Give me my phone, you idiot.
Yo. Took my 13-year-old daughter's phone away last night. Her brother sent me this video while I was at work. She got a whole axe and destroyed a car.
You want me to take your iPad
That's
away?
disgusting.
No!
Oh.
Hands are not for hitting.
What?
I don't like that. That hurts.
Bro, the fact that like you're... Bro, how can you just be okay just hitting your parent like that? Like, how are you not scared to death that something's gonna happen? That's on the parents. Honestly, that's always on the parents, bro.
Children are violently attacking their parents.
Oh my
Children are getting
gosh.
addicted to iPads, watching Cocomelon and Skibbity Toilet for hours. Math and reading scores are declining. What do these all have?
Yeah, by the way, if I'm scratching, look, I got a freaking bad mosquito bite, bro. Too much mosquitoes over here, bro. So sorry if I'm like scratching and shit.
In common? They're the result of a new and growing trend. Gentle parenting. Gentle parenting is exactly what it sounds like.
Wait, so that's a trend? I thought you were just talking about, you know, just people being gentle parenting, but that's like an actual trend going on, like a TikTok thing, dude?
Gentle to your child. Gentle parenting believes it's a war crime to punish a child. Spanking? That's
Bro.
child abuse. Yelling at
Bro, I don't feel like that's child abuse, bro. Like, honestly. Yeah, it can get to a point. So that's why I say you got to draw the line. You know what I'm saying? I feel like getting powdered in the butt is not too bad. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little on your arm, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if the parents like literally like, yeah, smack you across the face, punch you and all this shit, that's literally abuse. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's nothing wrong with a little, you know, a little tap on the butt or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A little sting to get them to learn that shit's not good and life's not just sweet like that. Because at the end of the day, bro, when you go out into life in the world, shit, you ain't gonna be able to get whatever you want, do whatever you want, say whatever you want to people, bro. Like, there's real things you have to abide by. So
That's
gotta teach 'em
child
young.
abuse. Doing anything that upsets and angers your child, that's child abuse. What happens if your child is
Oh my
literally
gosh.
assaulting you and hurting you? Well, you need to sit down
Bro.
and talk about your feelings. Use logic to explain why hitting people is a big no-no. That's the mindset that gentle parenting advocates for.
Like, yes, you have to have those conversations. That is true. But that can't be the only thing you do, bro. You have to set boundaries. You have to have punishments intact that are not abuse, of course, but so that they can learn something, bro. Not just by talking all the time. Like kids and stuff, that you can't just teach everyone just by talking about something. Yes, a lot of people can get and soak that up just by talking, but that's not how everyone operates. And especially, you know, kids at a young age, their brain's still developing and stuff, and they don't get things right away. But you know what they do get? You know what I'm saying? Getting their things taken away. Not being able to go outside, not being able to do this, getting spanked. You know what I'm saying? Like things that actually punish them when they're doing something bad, bro. And if you don't do that and then they just keep doing the same bad thing, when are they gonna stop? They have no line that they're afraid to cross.
Parenting was popularized in the 2010s in attempts to get rid of the authoritarian parenting styles that society was so accustomed to. But this trend backfired,
Oh my
creating
gosh,
a generation of bratty, selfish, violent,
Like,
and entitled
dude.
children. Children can be stubborn, and negotiating with
Oh my god, remember that kid chat from that one video? Yo,
children can be
this kid was the worst, dude.
stubborn, and negotiating with them is hard. Try convincing a child that brain rot is bad for them, and you'll see what I mean. Because children rarely listen to logic and emotional reasoning, gentle parenting often fails. Watch
Yeah.
how these gentle parents deal with their children's violence.
Oh hell no. Oh hell no. Bro, adopt a son immediately. I'm not even playing around like dead ass, bro. Like, what puts it in your head that you think it's okay to smack a baby? Like, yo, oh my god. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Chat, what would happen if you like smack your little baby siblings? Has anybody had a baby sibling? What would be your parents' reaction if you just went and slapped them, bro? I understand when you get older and you guys are like kind of the same age and you playing around, play fighting. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Siblings are siblings. But bro, this is literally a baby, a defenseless baby. Come on, bro.
Please.
You can't slap his head, okay?
Please.
What? Nigga, please? What you mean, please? The fuck you mean, please? Please go to the adoption center. That's what we need you to do, bro. Oh my god, yo, this video, I didn't know this is gonna trigger me, bro. You hit a baby and your first response is, please let me do it again, please. Please, I'm sorry. I'll do it a little softer this time. I hate when I missed the button. Hey, I told you when I touch you, you better start touching.
Slap his head, okay, Winnie?
Please.
Please don't do that.
Bro.
Ellie, please don't do that.
Pulling your hair. Oh my gosh.
No, gentle hands.
Oh my gosh. Yo.
No.
Okay, the first time you could say that was just a little twitch reaction, whatever, but he's doing it the second time, he know what he's doing. He know what he's doing, dude. Nah, come on.
It might not seem like much, but these children are learning that they can hurt people without consequences. This is dangerous.
Exactly.
If children learn that it's okay to hurt their parents,
They're gonna grow up
they
and start
begin
fighting.
hurting anyone they feel like. This is how bullies are created.
What the fuck is that? What did they just pour on her?
Okay to hurt their parents, they begin hurting anyone they feel
Oh my god. Oh, milk? Is it milk?
like. This is how bullies are created.
Ew.
Now, some will argue that these parents did not use gentle parenting correctly, but come on, give them some slack. Gentle parenting is so confusing and complicated, you should need a PhD if you want to use this parenting style. In gentle parenting, parents need to become a personalized therapist and counselor for their children. And in this process, a lot of parents are bound to become too loose, leading
Yeah.
to bad and undisciplined children. Only parents
I feel like the best way to be is to take lessons from, the whole gentle parenting movement and also have authority over your children. And that's like the best way you can be. Like, have authority, set punishments, set rules and stuff. Don't let them cross lines. And at the same time, give them a reason why they shouldn't cross these lines. Because this will happen. This will not go right. You will get things taken away from you. You will get in trouble. Life will be bad if you do this. You can't just be fighting people, or else people are gonna fight back and it could be bad. You know what I'm saying? You could like go to jail. You could do this. Like, it's just, you can explain things, but also draw the line and actually be a parent, bro. Like, you don't have to just be a full-on therapist. Like, no, you brought them into this world. You know what I'm saying? It's your responsibility to mold them into good people and stuff, so they can go out into the world and not be dumbasses that go around smacking people because it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Parents who are good at understanding children's emotions and behavior should attempt this parenting style, because if done wrong, this parenting style could lead to disaster. And this isn't only about violence. When children learn that they can do whatever they want without any serious consequences, they begin to expect the world to revolve around them. And this is a mindset that's very hard to undo.
Bro,
if anything isn't
so
going their
annoying.
way and they're unhappy about it, they throw a tantrum. This has led to a massive rise in classroom misbehavior in the last few years. Here's a kindergarten teacher talking about it.
Gentle parenting is ruining our children. We
It
can't
is,
do
bro.
much when students misbehave, when they're yelling, when they're cursing, when they're throwing chairs. They're trying to hit teachers with their jackets.
Bro, try to hit teachers with jackets. Yo, oh my gosh. Like, sometimes you just know certain things are going on in the household. Like, for children to be acting this way, bro.
Jumping on their feet.
At such a young age, bro. This looks like a first, second grader class, maybe. Maybe even just kindergarten. Like, they're learning this shit super early, dude.
That is not okay. That is when gentle parenting has not benefited that child.
A nationwide survey found that 68% of teachers experience verbal abuse from their students. Classrooms have turned
That's crazy. And that statistic right there is why I cannot be a teacher, bro. I would not have the patience. I would tell these kids, shut the fuck up, bro. I'd tell them, shut your bitch ass. No, I was playing. I wouldn't say all that, but it would be not a great reaction from me, for sure.
experience verbal abuse from their students.
Cause it's like, it's not even the fact that I would get mad at the kids themselves, because the kids, yeah, they're annoying, but it's more frustrating knowing that they weren't raised right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get frustrated at the parents. You just want to tell the parents off. Like,
Have turned
that's
into
what you get
real
mad
life
about.
Call of Duty lobbies.
Bro, did you really say that, bro?
This 14-year-old repeatedly calling his African-American teacher a racial slur,
Bro, say
Wow.
We're right here, bro. Everybody's watching. What's up?
hurling a basketball at the teacher,
He's saying my nigga while he's 10 pounds fully wet, bro. Like,
hurling a
shut your ugly ass
basketball
on,
at
bro.
the teacher,
Like, you white, shut your ugly ass up, bro. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I didn't mean to say it like that. I meant like he's white, so you shouldn't be saying the N-word and trying to act all cool and shit. Saying the N-word, bro. And then, calling a black person, an old black person, you're not respecting your elderly. And on top of that, you shouting racial slurs and shit, bro. Come on.
44% of teachers cite student misbehavior as a top source for job-related stress.
our society, a significant decrease in accountability and consequence. It's not surprising that unfortunately this is spilling over into the behavior of students in school.
It's no wonder why there's massive teacher shortages in countries all around the world now. This wasn't as large of a problem back in the 2000s as it is now. And misbehavior isn't the only consequence. Children are becoming lazy and slow. Parents simply hand an iPad or an iPhone to their children to shut them up and let the device do the parenting. Children begin to watch highly stimulated.
That's a problem, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I never judge anybody how they raise their kids or what they do or whatever, because everybody has their own things. Everybody's, you know, can have a certain life where they're super busy. They have to work super hard and everything. So like, this is kind of like an escape for those type of parents, you know? So everybody's situation is different. I can completely understand that. But I feel like you should definitely try to make an effort to not have kids like always on the damn screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you really should keep them off as much as possible, like for as long as possible. And if they're on, it should only be, you know, things that are educational. They shouldn't just be able to access YouTube or fucking TikTok and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, they don't need that. Have them on like an ABC Mouse. I don't know if that's still around, but just some things that can actually develop their brain and not just rotten it at a young age, because their brain are literally barely forming. They need to soak up as much information as they possibly can at this age. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, if you're gonna have them on electronics, make it a beneficial relationship. You know what I'm saying? Make it to where they're learning and stuff. They could be on it, whatever, but still, even then, shouldn't be on the screen that much, bro. But yeah, chat, like I said, people have different situations and stuff, so, you know, I could understand that. But, you know, if you're a parent and stuff, I feel like it's your obligation to just step in, try to make it as best as you can to where your kid's not just can't survive without a fucking iPad. Like, they're gonna go crazy without having this iPad. You know, at that point, that's way too much. Like, you didn't draw the line there.
And let the device do the parenting. Children begin to watch highly stimulating content, with toddlers watching Cocomelon and older children doom scrolling YouTube shorts and watching brain rot content. And at first, parents see nothing wrong with this, until they try to get the children to stop.
Why you never get your kid in? You see what I'm saying? Like, doing all this for an iPad, dude. Like, come on, you grabbing a chair, throwing it all over the place, bro. You on it way too much, bro. You on it way too much, dude. Like, I could get it. You get a little frustrated, like, oh man, like, damn, I wanted to use my tablet some more, bro. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's a normal human reaction. We all can get frustrated and stuff when we don't get what we want. We're adults and we still do it. But it's like, bro, for you to be raging, throwing chairs, smacking your parents and everything, that's way too far, dude.
No!
You want me to take your iPad away?
Bro.
Okay, well, it's time for bed.
No! Not going to bed!
It's control.
Okay. I've seen this video.
It's okay. You gotta learn from mistakes, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you at the point where you're smacking your parents for your iPad, bro, like, you're gone too deep. They're way too deep and they use it way too much, bro. Like, that's a parent's fault at that point.
Parents don't take the measures to limit their child's screen use or monitor their content. If this continues long enough, the child actually becomes addicted to their iPad or iPhone and builds an emotional dependence on it. Without their device, they can't be happy. Many studies have found that excessive screen use can interfere with brain.
Less than 1 hour per day, more than 1 hour per day, more than 2 hours per day. Changes to brain EEG. What is EEG, bro? EEG, electroencephalogram, is a medical test that records the brain's natural electroactivity called brain waves using sensors placed on the scalp. This safe and non-invasive procedure helps doctors diagnose and monitor conditions like epilepsy, brain tumors, and strokes by analyzing patterns of these brain waves for abnormalities. So what would an abnormality look like? I don't know, but I get the point, chat. You know what I'm saying? Certain brain waves can detect if it's abnormal or not. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I'm guessing the more screen time they have, the more it gets kind of filled and the waves get thrown off, and that's like not how it's supposed to look normally.
Brain development in children by lowering cortical thickness and damage to the prefrontal cortex, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe.
Chat, who else remember how we have to remember all these lobes for, was it anatomy class, bro? But I don't know. I just remember having to study this, bro.
Temporal lobe and occipital lobe. In simple terms, the brain is getting f***ed. These brain changes make it even more difficult for children to identify and regulate their emotions, which could be why children get so angry when their iPads are taken away. And this isn't the child's fault. Children don't know better.
It's not.
It's the parent's responsibility to ensure that the children don't misuse technology. But because gentle parenting strongly advocates against punishment, and many parents interpret this as avoiding any action that makes the child upset, many parents become too reluctant to take away screen time.
That's the thing. What's the point? If the whole movement of gentle parenting is don't do anything that makes a child mad, then how are we gonna punish, or how are we gonna draw the line? You know what I'm saying? So if I want to punish a kid by taking away his iPad, taking away his things because he's acting bad or doing something bad, that's against gentle parenting? You know what I'm saying? Take even the spanking thing out of the equation, right? We don't have to spank. Let me just take away your things. Let me make, life a little difficult because you're making everybody around you life a little difficult by smacking people and talking a certain way, cursing or doing anything you're not supposed to be doing. Let me take away your stuff. I know that's going to make you mad. So because I know that's going to make you mad, I shouldn't do it. Like, what kind of rules are those, bro?
But this isn't just about screen time. The detrimental effects of screen addiction carry on to other aspects of the child's life. And one of these is school. Children are underperforming at every single grade level. A study investigated math and reading scores of 4th and 8th graders and found that the majority do not meet proficiency. And it makes sense. When children's brains are so fried from spending hours on their screens, that brain damage happens to affect how they perform in school. Along with this, when children spend years spending all their time playing and using a screen rather than doing chores or learning, they grow a lazy mentality that's very difficult to reverse. Even basic elementary school academics become too much to handle, as they have zero will.
Chat, let's do this real quick. 8 plus 2, 10. 10 minus 4, 6. 8 minus 7, 1. 6 plus 4, 10. 7 minus 3, 4. 1 minus 1, 0. 4 plus 3, 7. 6 minus 1, 5. 7 minus 5, 2. 5 plus 0, 5. 4 minus 4, 0. 1 plus 6, 7. 10 plus 0, 0. I mean, 0. That's 10 times 0, not 10 plus. It's 10. 9 minus 1, 8. 6 plus 2, 8. 7 minus 0, 0. 8 minus 2, 6. 1 plus 0, 1. Chat, come on, bro.
Or discipline. Parents need to understand the dangers of these screens and regulate screen time, even if it angers their children. The rise of gentle parenting has led many parents to allow their children long hours of screen time. And even if this isn't the mindset that gentle parenting is advocating for, it is the mindset that gentle parenting has popularized. So we need to either start warning against the dangers of failed gentle parenting or stop promoting this parenting style so heavily.
I feel like the good thing, like the message of gentle parenting in the sense of being your child's like therapist, being able to talk things out and stuff. I can agree with that, bro, because I feel like a lot of older generation, the parents and stuff, they're not used to doing that, or they're just used to raising their kids how they were raised, and that could be, developing bad habits and stuff. Now, I do like the movement in the sense of where it's trying to educate parents to do things that are for the betterment of the child. I agree with that message. I just don't agree with the concept of it where like I cannot punish my kid at all. Like that's just dumb to me. Like you have to be able to punish and to set boundaries in order for someone to learn. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing the same thing over and over again and without no change and expecting a different result is literally defined as insane. I think it's just insane. It's just crazy. Like you can't think like that and think anything's gonna change.
So far, we've discussed the dangers that arise when parents misunderstand the gentle parenting method and use it incorrectly. But even if done correctly, this parenting style can still lead to disaster. You see, gentle parenting works off the assumption that a child is an emotionally intelligent creature who understands the morality of their actions. But the unfortunate reality is that most children are not like
this. They don't.
In a child's early...
And that's not calling a kid dumb or something. Like, we shouldn't act like our kids are dumb. They're not dumb. But they're not, like, their brains are not fully developed. They don't understand things until we teach them how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, until we teach them what it is. Like, that's the point of parents, to raise children. Like, if they were able to be emotionally intelligent enough to know things, then what do they need parents for? Like, you might as well take the parents out of the equation.
Stages, particularly up to the age of 5, children have a trait known as egocentrism, which is the inability to understand perspectives other than their own. These children haven't developed enough cognitively to understand the concept that other people perceive situations differently than they do. For example, when playing hide and seek, a toddler might cover their own eyes, believing that nobody can see them because they aren't able to see anyone else. Or a toddler might offer their favorite toy to someone else, believing that they would enjoy the toy just as much. But children also have a hard time understanding how their own actions can upset others. A toddler might slap his mom, thinking it's funny. Because the toddler finds it funny, the toddler believes his mom will also find it funny. In this scenario, gentle parenting would advocate using logic and
you gotta like do something there, bro. You can't just allow him to keep freaking hitting you like that. Come on.
Emotional reasoning to explain why slapping is bad. But a toddler will have a very difficult time understanding these concepts because these concepts are too complicated and beyond their cognitive capacity. It's like teaching algebra to a toddler.
Exactly.
Maybe some toddlers will understand it, but for most, their brains just aren't ready for it. And you can't force these complex concepts onto a child because they're just going to end up being confused and won't learn anything.
That's a good point. It's like by assuming a certain level of intelligence or assuming that they can feel certain things, that they can't is actually going to in turn make things a lot more harder for them to process, because now you're adding a whole bunch of things that don't make any sense to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, that's why it's just plain and dry, bro. You do something bad, you get something bad happen. You do something good happen. That's just how it's got to be.
Does work? Operant conditioning. Toddlers' brains are too premature to understand concepts of empathy and morality, but their brains are capable of association. A toddler can associate a certain action to a certain outcome.
Exactly.
For example, a child understands, if I eat this broccoli, mom will give me ice cream. Or, if I slap mom, I will be punished.
Yep.
For most children,
it's literally just a cause and effect. Like, they know, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna get this reaction, so I'm not gonna do that. Or obviously the flip side, you know?
method of parenting will be the most effective. Apparently, this method is considered harmful nowadays, which I personally think is BS. Like adults, children have different levels of emotional and social intelligence. Some children might learn concepts of empathy and morality very quickly. And gentle parenting will be very effective for these children. On the flip side, some children are especially stubborn and selfish, and disregard the feelings of anyone else. These children can still be raised to become kind and understanding people. They just need to be specifically raised to understand that their negative actions will lead to negative consequences.
I feel like it's never too late to, you know, change and morph into something. I'm talking about like the parents' time zone to completely raise a kid. I feel like once they pass that 13, 14, 15 range and like you haven't stuck things in their head yet, you haven't raised how you're supposed to, I feel like from there on, it's just like a downslide of just however they're gonna be, bro. Because at that point, you know, they're around a whole bunch of different types of people, school and stuff and events and everything, and if they don't have their morality set in place or anything, you know, their character set in place, it's just gonna be bad, bro. But anybody can change their habits and stuff, you know, doesn't matter what age they are, so you should definitely always try. But I'm saying that's why it's important to do things at such a young age, so that they just grow up with this understanding, you know?
If these children are raised with gentle parenting, even if done correctly, they might still end up being violent or narcissistic. And that's what we're seeing happening so often these days. Now, here comes the controversial part of the video. I know a lot of you will get triggered by this part. If you disagree with me or want to type any hate comments, then go ahead.
Yep, I'm typing it right now. This guy stinks. This guy fell off, bro. Like, bro, literally, I just restarted people in the comments, bro.
I actually read most of the comments on every video I post, so I'll probably see what you write. Our society has become soft. Parents are afraid to be strict towards their children because they believe it might traumatize them. Nowadays, people commonly talk about having PTSD because their parents yelled at them. PTSD. Yeah, try telling that to a soldier or a war veteran.
Now, I feel like there's lines to be drawn there. I feel like there's definitely a good reason for some people to have PTSD from stuff. But it's like you take the people that are actually got PTSD from it, and a lot of people that are growing up now, they kind of read those stories or whatever. And now, whenever, no matter what, their parents can yell at them for like 2 seconds, and they're going to be like, oh my God, you're giving me PTSD. Oh my God, you know. I feel like that's the problem nowadays. It's like there's so much access to the internet and information from people's stories and stuff. And then like the kids want to just like grasp that and want it to be their life so bad. You know what I'm saying? They want to relate to those type of stories, because there is stories of kids and stuff, they could be getting yelled at, beat, all that shit, bro, and they be coming out. But most of the stories are real. And like I said, I feel like, you know, kids nowadays want to associate themselves with those types of traumas and stuff, even though what they're going through is nothing in comparison to that, you know?
Advocating for harsh, aggressive parenting. Parents should mostly be gentle and try to understand their children. But the harsh truth is, sometimes, no matter how much you negotiate with them, children will only want things to go their way. In cases like this, where gentle parenting does not work, being strict is the only solution.
Can you please stop hitting me with that? Thank you.
Stop!
Sit down, please.
Hey, that reaction was crazy though, bro. You see though, like, I mean, yeah, she yelled a little bit and stuff, but she didn't stop the first time. She asked first. You know what I'm saying? You do the gentle shit first, and it doesn't work, you got to take it up a notch. And sometimes that might seem a little harsh, but you got to do what you got to do, bro.
Stop!
Like, see, now she's like, oh shit, like, I don't like that. I don't like that. Let me stop this.
Sit down, please. Luca, sit down.
Luca, sit down!
Your feet off the table, that's not nice. You're eating. That's nasty.
Nando.
Yes, nasty. Put it down. Get your feet off the table. Get them off. Now.
Because so many parents nowadays are reluctant to be strict towards their children, we end up with children who are unafraid of their own actions. Children who don't believe in authority and believe that they can act in their own self-interests. Along with this, a child who's never been yelled at will become soft. They won't be prepared for when the time eventually comes when someone does yell at them.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, obviously nobody should just be randomly coming up to you and yelling at you and stuff. I'm not trying to say that's okay. And I have to make those disclaimers because people are soft, just like you said in the video. But it's like, you have to prepare your kid in ways, you know, because when you go out into the world, it's gonna be tough, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, just in perspective, right? I grew up and played football in high school and stuff, right? And from middle school to high school, I played sports and stuff. I had coaches, you know, harsh coaches, the coaches that said a lot of, you know, things that, you know, they probably shouldn't be saying or whatever, but they said it and it was harsh. But that's the reality of the world. When you do sports, when you do certain things, you're held at a certain expectation. You have to take accountability for your actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna get yelled at, you're gonna get screamed at, you're gonna get called names and stuff, and you just gotta, like, if I wasn't raised a certain way to understand that that's how people are, or that's things that would happen to me if I don't do things right, then I would probably be like, man, why is everybody yelling at me? What the fuck, man? Like, yeah, of course we're gonna get mad and stuff, and you know, there has been times where I got mad at coaches, whatever. But it's just like a whole lesson, bro. Like, you're gonna go out into the world a better person with a whole bunch of perspectives and stuff, and actually scared to do the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna go out and just disrespect your elders, disrespect this person, and just because you feel like they're not in the same, you know, vibe as you, and they're not like respecting you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a whole bunch of things, bro. Like, if you're not doing things right, you can't be mad at the reaction that other people give you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do your sprints right, your coach yell at you. Get your lazy ass up and do these sprints right now, bro. And you gotta do them. What are you gonna do? Sit on the floor and cry? Oh my god, my mom said you can't do it. Like, shut your ugly ass up, little Timmy, and go run. Like, come on, bro.
In shock, experiencing strong emotions of anger or fear. If a parent doesn't discipline their children, the world will.
Right.
If this trend keeps up, future
That's a good quote right there. We don't discipline your children, the world will. You know what I'm saying? That's a great quote.
generations will become emotionally weak, selfish, and sensitive. Of course, frequent punishment for trivial reasons is harmful. If a child does not understand why the parent is punishing them, they will be left confused and sad. This can lead to self-esteem and mental health problems later on in the child's life. But if punishment is used only when needed and as a last resort, the child would know exactly why they are being punished, and they will realize that they are doing something wrong. This is very important for the personal and moral development of a child. So what kind of parenting style does our society need? A parenting style with balance. Knowing when to be gentle, when to set clear boundaries, and when to punish. If parents apply certain principles from gentle parenting, such as empathy and emotional connection and understanding, while also implementing strict rules and punishments, children would experience the best of both worlds. Children will be emotionally intelligent and have healthy relationships with their parents, but also have the discipline to succeed in life and understand that their actions have consequences, and that they must show respect to other people. Gentle parenting is not for everyone, but you know what is for everyone? My videos. That's right. Anyone can gain IQ by watching my videos. What? You don't believe me? Okay, well just go to my channel and watch any of my videos. No, actually watch all of them and see if your IQ change at all, okay? Like this one, watch this one. This one's pretty good. And make sure to like and subscribe because I will be making a lot more videos, and I will see you very soon.
W Humanity, bro. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him right now, bro. Chat, I feel like the main message behind this video is obviously about kids and stuff, but it also entails another thing that I always like to preach. Not preach, I'm not a preacher, but you know, things I like to talk about, things I like to think about. I think a lot, chat. And one thing that, you know, it caught my eye right here is he said that we have to have a balance between gentle parenting and having punishments and stuff, right? And that's just the way you should live life, bro. Like, I feel like if you live life always on one side of something and that's just your strict, nothing else matters, this is the only thing I can see, like that's a horrible way to live life, bro. Like, there's always a whole bunch of different things to learn, to have perspectives of. And I feel like if you're a human that only like ties yourself to one side of something, whether that's religion, political things, anything, right? Anything in life that requires you to like pick a side or whatever, you are automatically of low intelligence. In my mind, because intelligent people always can reach different perspectives and understand things from different standpoints. Doesn't mean that they have to do certain things or always apply everything they see, but to have an open mind and to not be stuck to just one stubborn ass way of living, bro, then your life is going to be way better and you're going to earn more respect from people and stuff, because you're not just going to be known as an idiot that just fucking stand for one thing and that's it. Like, my world only matters to this extent. Like, this only matters to me. It should only matter for everybody else too. Like, no, that's not how the world works, buddy. But yeah, chat, sorry for the rant. Damn, this video's fucking This video is 12 minutes and it's 33. Okay, I need to stop. Yep. All right, chat. I love you guys, bro, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.